What's going on, guys? Today I want to challenge your beliefs that you may have about macro counting. Because there's so many people who think that if you don't count your macros, you're not going to get results in the gym. You're not going to get as lean as you want, as strong as you want, etc. And in my honest opinion, that is complete freaking bullshit. Because here's the deal, right? What matters most in terms of weight manipulation is calories in versus calories out. Basically, your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE, right? So if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. If you're in a calorie surplus, you're going to gain weight. If you're at maintenance, well, you're going to maintain your weight. It's a simple equation like that. Now, most of you guys who are in the fitness community, I'm going to say 99% of you are following good diets. You're not eating garbage foods. You're going to the grocery store, you're buying the right things, lots of fruits, lots of veggies, whole grain stuff for the most part, lean meats, legumes, all that shit. You're buying good quality stuff. So why are you counting macros with good food? That makes no sense to me. The only reason why I would see you needing to count macros is if you want to fit garbage into your diet. Real talk. If you want to throw in ice cream, cookies, chips, then I can see why you're going to count macros. But if your diet is clean, you know for a fact that it is clean, everything is good the proper way, your macros are automatically going to be set, provided that you're in your total daily energy expenditure, so you're in a surplus or deficit, whatever. If your diet is clean, your macros are set. So you don't need precision. Ask yourself the following question. What is precision going to do to your results? Do you really think it makes that much of a difference from going to 40% protein to 45% protein? Do you really think that's going to make or break your physique? You think that going from 55% carb to 60% carb is going to change you? Nah, bro. That's not going to do a motherfucking thing. What's going to manage the most gains is your total daily energy expenditure. How many calories are you eating? I don't care if your macro split is correct. I don't care if you're getting 40, 40, 20, whatever. If you're not eating the calories, you're screwed. You are completely screwed. So the thing is, you have to stop thinking about it in terms of macros and look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture being your TDEE. And like I said, if you have a clean diet, your macros are going to be set. And let me ask you another question. How freaking lean are you trying to get here? Because for the majority of the population, you're going to be fine just eating regular foods and following TDEE because you're not trying to get contest lean, super shredded. You don't need precision like that. You don't. You're not on a bodybuilding stage. You don't compete. You don't have to calculate every single thing that you put into your fucking body. That's a waste of freaking time. It really is. It's a waste of time. Instead of counting all these macros with MyFitnessPal and scanning all your food and shit, why don't you go to a grocery for one time in your life, buy some good foods, and then just eat. Have a plate, right? This is your plate, right? 50% of it carbs, 25% of it protein, and the other half could be fruits and veggies. Why don't you do that? And then for some fat, you put some olive oil or some shit, or some avocados, whatever you like. Isn't that a much better way of approaching things? Why do you have to count every single macro that goes into your body? It's really not that important. In fact, I would say that micronutrients are far more important than the macros in terms of what you're actually going to calculate. Because like I said, you're going to get your carbs, your fat, and protein if your diet is balanced. There's no way around it. If you're eating the proper way and you're in the fitness lifestyle, you're trying to get low sodium foods for the most part. You're trying to eat clean. There is not a chance in fucking hell that your macros is going to be off. It's impossible. And if there's a specific ratio that you're trying to achieve, like you want a large percentage of carbs, low protein, low fat, that can be easily managed by manipulating portion size. It's an easy thing. So if you want high carb, again, going back to the plate example, make the majority of your plate carbs. Put 75% of the food, like brown rice, brown pasta, whatever, and then the rest could be dedicated to your meats and alternatives, you understand? So you don't have to actually count the macros themselves. You don't. Just prioritize the foods that you want, and it's going to set the ratios automatically. And here's another thing, right? When you count macros, the numbers you're actually getting are never 100% accurate because the truth is that you don't know what your exact TDE is and what your exact energy needs are. You don't. You're not a fucking scientist, man. So you best believe that it's going to be off a little bit. Your protein intake that you think you're right on the money, you could be off by like 10, 20 grams, believe it or not. Same thing for your carbs, same thing for your fat. And a lot of nutrition labels, some of you guys don't know how to read it, so you're making errors here. But nonetheless, the point that I'm trying to make in this video is that it's largely a waste of time for the majority population. If you're not trying to get contest lean, you don't need precision like that. If you're just trying to be, listen, if you're trying to be anywhere between 10-20% body fat, clean eating is going to take care of you 100%. Like, real talk. You'll be perfectly fine. I've never seen a guy, ask yourself this. You ever seen a guy 15% body fat saying, oh, I got to count my macros to maintain 15%? Like, seriously, how fucking hard is it to maintain 15%? Like, is your diet that bad that you have to count every single macro that goes into your body? Is your diet that bad that you don't know how to fucking cook? Seriously, ask yourself these questions. Why are you counting every single macro? Why? Follow your TDEE. Calorie surplus, calorie deficit. Eat clean, it's a done deal. You're going to make gains. You're going to make flawless gains, perfect gains. Go back to what the gym bros used to say. All right, the gym bros used to advocate oatmeal, you know, sweet potatoes, brown rice, all that shit, and guess what? It worked. And they didn't have to count all their fucking macros to throw in some Smarties or whatever, a little chocolate bar at the end of your day. Why go through that shit? It's a waste of time. Just eat clean from the get-go. You're not gonna have to worry about all this garbage. You won't. You really won't. It's gonna be the easiest thing in the world. Nutrition for me is the easiest part of bodybuilding, honestly. Actually, the hard part is the appetite part, because I gotta fucking force feed myself. But in terms of actually getting the macros in, there's a 0% chance that I'm gonna fail on it. 0%, because my diet is clean. And when your diet is clean, everything is set in motion. So I hope you understand the message of this video. Again, if you want to count macros, more power to you. That's on you, brother. But I think that it's largely relevant if you're not trying to get contest lean. You don't need precision. You just need a general idea of what you're consuming in terms of your carbs, fat, protein, and you gotta be in your TDEE. If you're not in TDEE, then it doesn't matter how good your macros are. You're completely fucked, period. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your feedback is down below. Do you think macro counting is essential? I want to know. And with that, I'll talk to you guys next time.